Okay, first recording and then okay, share screen. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. So we are finally here. Uh, I will say that in the ninth session of this very interesting project, that is India Bangladesh tele collaboration project. I welcome here all of you from Bangladesh. That my friends, we are doing a job here continuously, taking effort to making different type of PPTs and making different type of presentations. So I again here from bottom of my heart welcome all of you here, and we just start this session number 9. Okay. If we are going to see the topics for today, so today's topic is not new to us. Uh, if we see about the festival topic, and the second topic is about quality education, and I think in last session we have discussed a lot, but these are the different points which are we are going to cover in this ninth session. Okay, then famous festival in your country. I think I have said about this lot many times before this, but again, if we have got a chance to have discuss about this, so I am going to discuss about this. This is a, you can see in picture that Ganapati and big rally is going on there, and a lot of enthusiasm is visible there on that street. It is a Ganesh Utsav. Generally, it said about this in 1893. Lokmanya Bal Gangadhar Tilak started this Ganesh Utsav to gather people and promote them, to educate them, to teach them how to fight against the British tyranny at the time. But right now, it has been transferred in many ways, because people are very eagerly waiting to Ganpati Bappa. And in Marathi, there is saying that Ganpati Bappa Moria Pudcha Varshi Lavkar ya. People are saying that Ganpati Bappa please come again next year. So it is very from children who doesn't know how to speak, how to do anything. So they, and to the oldest people, they all are very eagerly waiting for this festival. This is fantastic festival. If you get time, you can search on YouTube, Google videos and different thing about this festival. Very fantastic. Then this is a upcoming festival. I think it is not new to Bangladeshi people also, because in Bangladesh also there we Hindus in the Bangladesh, they celebrate this festival in last, that is a Durga Puja Utsav is there, and here also in Navaratri Utsav is also said to this, and that is Durga Puja Utsav. It is collectively celebrated to 9 days of this Ashwin month of Indian calendar, and in those 9 days people generally take fasts. And then 10th day is the big festival, that is called Vijaya Dasmi, happy Dashera, people wish to each other. And that is as I have said before in last session, that cruel empire of Sri Lanka, that is Lanka, in the mythological holy book of India, and I think it is a treasure of world, that is Ramayana. And the Ramayana, the Ravana still the wife of Ram, and Ram, to get her his wife again, start to search him, and then he knows that Ravana has stolen his wife, and then that war happens, and in that war Ravana is killed by Ram. So to commemorate that day, this Vijaya Dasmi, that is Dashera, it's celebrated, and it is in very large scale. In ancient time, in medieval time, that when I say about Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and Peshwas and other the king of They people after having a harvesting till the Dasara, then they started to go out for the war and different type of battles and so on. So this is the unique festival, and it is from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. That's mean from Afghanistan to Sri Lanka, and from Iran. That means from Hindus of Pakistan to here in beyond Bangladesh, there is Myanmar, Cambodia, Java, Sumatra, and all those region. This festival is celebrated there. Then this is again a very unique festival, and if we say that Indian tradition, all the people, Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Parsis, and all who not, everyone participate in this festival, because this is a festival that is if we know about go about to know about this name of this festival, that is Deepavali. What is Deepavali? Deepavali means light, lamp. This is a festival of lamp. Different type of lamp are lightened there on the houses, in front of the houses, around the compounds, and all over there. And there is light everywhere. And where the day of this festival is that no moon day. Still having that no moon day, there is a light at everywhere. That is why it is said that Deepavali. Deepavali in English, that is a festival of the lamps, festival of the light. Okay. Then here this is the Makara Sankranti. I would like to say that Marathi saying is there. Tilgul ghya, god god bola. Tilgul ghya, god god bola. Makar. I think this is Devanagari script. You will not read this in Roman script. Makara Sankranti. You can see different type of videos about this kite festival of Nashik, from where I am presenting this presentation. That Yeola kite festival is famous all over the world. You can see videos and information about that from on YouTube and other things also. Okay. Here the basic behind basic logic behind this festival is that til means that is a very that is oil seed, and it is hot, and from 14 January, because usually this Makar Sankranti comes on 14 or 15 January. After that, there began winter season get severe. So to fight that season, you have to eat that til. And what is gul? That is I am not right now getting English word for that. Gul. Okay, whenever I will whenever I get in my memories, I will inform you. Okay. So this is the particularly that festival comes under the winter season. Okay. Then this is the Holi. I think you all people would have been very familiar with this, because this is also celebrated all over the world. Whenever there is a man having Indian origin, his religion doesn't matter here again. Here a common thing about all these festivals are there. Here at the Ganesh Utsav, and here is a Diwali, here is a kite festival, that is Makar Sankranti, and here is a Holi. All these festivals doesn't have barrier of any religion. All the people from the village, from the cities, and from all religions come together and they celebrate this festival. So that is why it is always said that Indian peoples are festive people. Okay. So this is the list of the festivals of these are very selective list. This is Makar Sankranti. We have discussed about that. Then this is Shiva Jayanti. Jayanti of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj comes in February month, and that is also very widely celebrated and very festively celebrated in Maharashtra. Then in March, Holi, that is a festival of the colors. We have discussed about that. Then this is a April, there is a Vasantotsav, that is in Chaitra Purnima. Hanuman Jayanti. Hanuman was god of force. And then Buddha Purnima, the same day Buddha Purnima comes, same day Hanuman Jayanti comes. So it is for Buddhist people, for Hindu people, both people, this is very important. Then again, as like your Vaisakhi, this is Akshay Tritiya comes there, that is in the May. Then June, in June there is a Vata Purnima. What type of the concept is there? You know, here is a tree, that is a water tree, and women come with puja thali in their hand and go round to this tree. Okay, this 7 rounds. Okay, so that means that for upcoming 7 births, they need to be with their present husband, and for his long life, ladies pray to God, goddess Savitri, and god of death, that is Yama, to this by tying the knot around this trunk of this tree. This is the especially for women, that is Vata Purnima. If we go scientifically, logically, there are so many conclusions, but it is traditionally celebrated like this and very widely celebrated. Then here is Ashadi Ekadashi. Ashadi Ekadashi is generally falls in July, and it is a festival of the farmer, because all farmer come together and go to meet Panduranga, that is their deity, at the bank of Chandrabhaga river. Then here is a Pola. In last station, I have posted the picture in PPT also, that with my bullocks, and we were worshipping the bullocks as God, and expressing gratitude towards them. Okay. Then in September, we just discussed, that is Ganesh Utsav. In October, that is Vijayadashmi. In November, that is Deepavali. And in December, there is a Christmas. Okay. So these are the festivals coming under different months of the year. My favorite festival, of course, it is a Diwali, because without Diwali, there is no enjoyment, because we as a children usually get new clothes at the time of Deepavali, and different type of foods, sweets, and so many dhamal. And if you come in the Deepavali to India, you will get the idea of how how this festival is the king of all festivals. Okay, that is why it is my favorite. Then nowadays, it is a festival we are celebrating here, that is a Mahalaya Paksha. Mahalaya Paksha, that means if you are remembering your forefathers. Okay, now this is my grandfather. Okay, and some days at in 2014 he have been passed away. He is not here, but right now it is 2021. Okay, and now I supposing he is here in my house. Okay, I worship him. I worship him, saying that he have come to meet me, and beg him for his Ashirwad. And for this is for 15 days. Total festival is on for 15 days. Every home, every house of India pay tribute to their ancestors, their forefathers, and that is called Tarpan. Tarpan, Trupti, and Bhojan, and all these words are used there. But this is all about that people who have the part of this society, part of this world, but right now they are not with us. That is called Mahalaya Paksha. That is always followed by Ganesh Utsav and before the Durga Puja. Okay, 15 days are here, Mahalaya Paksha. Now this type of all festival we celebrate here. So what is the importance of festival? First thing is that gratitude towards society, gratitude towards nature, gratitude towards our forefathers, gratitude towards ancestors, gratitude towards the gods. We need to celebrate this festival or a different type of festivals. Okay, then here is another reason that conservation. As I said that Vata Purnima, due to people worship that the tree, and it gives lot of oxygen and it filters lot of air, so they are tied with their tradition. That is why it is conserved without having any efforts, as I said before. Then satisfaction, mental satisfaction is important, and people here in city and everywhere, those who have one or two trees in their backyard, they get fresh airs and they get fresh whenever they come from the work. So that satisfaction is there. And if that trees and that garden is tied with your traditional festivities, then it gives you sensational mental peace and satisfaction there. Then unity, as I said, that Deepavali is celebrated by all the religions, or Ganesh Utsav, all the religions come together and celebrate that, or Holi, all religions come together. And so this is the main factor, that unity is attained through these festivals. And dignity, people who celebrate different type of festivals, so don't know that we have this and we have the rich tradition, so they dignity get developed there. Then integrity, people coming together, they get the sense of that brotherhood through these festivals, and they get united and they get integrated. Then education, environmental education, as I said before, that through the mean of different festivals, you can develop the sense of science, sense of acknowledgement that nature is our main source of living. So if you want to live long, if you want to live happy life, so we need to conserve the nature. So this is the education, and it is given through these festivals. And cultural development, India has a rich culture, Bangladesh has a rich culture. This culture has been conserved through these festivals and transferred from one generation to another generation through this festival. That is why it is very important to have festivals, to conserve your culture, to develop your culture, to have progress in that culture. Okay, then this second part of my presentation, that is schemes which are being implemented for quality education at the school. Here is a list of these 5 schools, because I have discussed in detail about this, that midday meal school, that from 1995 every child of the household, any household come to school, he or she get the midday meal at the school level. Then free textbook, every child get free textbook. Those who are in the creamy layer, means whose income is annual income is more than 12 lakh, he doesn't get free textbook, but all those get free textbook. Then uniform, every student get uniform. There is also the same criteria. Free cycles are provided to girls, and free bus facilities also are provided till 12th standard to all the children. So due to lack of time, we have less than 1 minute, so I end this 9th session, and after this presentation I will start my 10 sessions presentation. So I request all members, please, after this meeting, please join another session as early as possible. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.